Breaking news, Charlie Kirk's killer confessed, but here's what they're not telling you. This is big like explosive big. Picture this, a right-wing influencer, a sitting VP, and a murder that's shaking the political world to its core. But wait, there's more. The suspect. He didn't just kill Kirk, he texted his plan to friends. It was me at UVU yesterday, he wrote. I'm sorry for all of this. But here's the twist. The FBI says he was deeply indoctrinated in left-wing ideology. JD Vance, the VP himself, is calling it a destructive movement and blaming left-wing extremism for Charlie's death. But hold on, what if this isn't just about politics? What if there's a secret war being waged online, where messages like this are just the tip of the iceberg? Let's dive in. Charlie Kirk wasn't just any influencer, he was a firebrand, a voice for the right, and apparently a target. His death at Utah Valley University sent shockwaves, but now we're learning shocking act details. The suspect, Tyler Robinson, 22, is linked to the scene via DNA. But here's what's haunting. He allegedly told friends he was going to take out Charlie Kirk's because of his hatred for what Charlie stood for. Wait, what? So this wasn't a random act, it was targeted? And the FBI says Robinson's family confirmed he'd been obsessed with left-wing ideology. But hold on, why is the VP blaming left-wing extremism? Isn't that politically charged? Or is this a cover-up? Because let me tell you, the timing is too perfect. Vance was on Kirk's show in the White House just days before his death, and he's now saying this was part of a far-left conspiracy. But here's the real question. Who benefits from painting this as a left-wing attack? And then there's the Discord message. Yes, the same platform where millions of users chat about everything from gaming to politics. Robinson allegedly sent a confession to friends. It was me at UVU yesterday. I'm sorry for all of this. But here's the kicker. The FBI says this message appears genuine. So why is the left-wing narrative being pushed so hard? Because let's face it, in today's world, any murder involving a right-wing figure automatically gets tagged as right-wing extremism. But what if the truth is completely different? What if this was a personal vendetta, a grudge, or worse, a setup? And don't even get me started on Vance. The VP called Kirk a true friend, said he helped win 2024, and even claimed Kirk advocated for him as VP. But here's the thing. If Kirk was so beloved, why did his killer specifically target him? Was it political, personal, or is there something darker at play? The FBI's director, Kash Patel, says Robinson's actions were premeditated and that he had a text message exchange where he boasted about taking out Kirk. But here's the elephant in the room. The suspect's motive is still unclear. The article says experts called the engravings on the bullets extremely online. What does that even mean? Is this some kind of coded message? A warning? Or just a red herring? And why is the left-wing angle being pushed so aggressively? Because let me tell you, in 2024, if a right-wing figure dies, the default blame is always on the left. But what if this is a distraction? What if the real story is about control? About who's manipulating the narrative to silence voices like Kirk? Then there's the political fallout. Vance is trying to paint this as a far-left threat, but here's the thing. The same administration that's accusing the left of extremism is also under fire for its own scandals. Could this be a way to shift attention? To rally the base? And what about Kirk's legacy? He was a vocal critic of the establishment, a man who called out corruption at every turn. If he was killed for his beliefs, isn't that a tragedy? But if this is a setup, isn't it even more terrifying? Because then we're not just talking about one murder, we're talking about a system that's willing to manufacture crises to control the narrative. So here's what you need to know. This story is far from over. The suspect's motives are murky, the political angle is suspicious, and the timing of Vance's comments feels orchestrated. But here's the real question. Are we being fed a story designed to polarize us? To make us choose sides? Because in the end, what matters is the truth. And right now, that truth is hidden behind layers of conspiracy, politics, and propaganda. So next time you hear about left-wing extremism or right-wing violence, ask yourself, who's really pulling the strings? And more importantly, what are they trying to hide? If this story blew your mind, hit that like button, share it with your friends, and drop a comment below. What do you think really happened here? Was this a political assassination, a personal grudge, or something even darker? Let's discuss, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping revelations. Because in a world where the truth is always in question, you need a source that tells it like it is, and that's exactly what we do.